Yo, it's finally here, and I know the title sounds mad, but hear me out. Welcome to Manga Power, and my guys, season 2 of Solo Leveling is finally here, my guys. Yes, finally. Like, if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that solo leveling is the thing that I talk about all the time. My first ever YouTube video was on solo leveling, and I even went on to read the light novel. And I think it's time to revisit it. And I'm going to let you know that I want to say it's perfect. It's almost perfect. It's there. I can see perfection. Anyway, I'm going to run through and let you know everything, why I rate it so highly, where it falls short. On a side note, where is the anime announcement? It seems that for 2020, everything seems to be going well, at least for Korean stuff, you know? Like Tower of God, they have an anime. The God of High School, they have an anime. Like, how does Solo Leveling not have an anime announcement yet? Anyway, I normally end my videos talking about art style and the action scenes, but I think for Solo Leveling, we'll put that first. Actually, you know what? Before we start, there's one thing that's been bothering me. So, a lot of people say that Solo Leveling is an isekai. And even in my first video, I referred to it as an isekai, but it's not. And it bothers me that people think it is, and I don't understand why. Let me know in the comments why you think it is. The art style and character designs are perfect. Perfect! Fantasy stories, usually the illustrations have a huge impact on the audience engagement, and the illustrations of Solo Leveling are exceptional. I would compare its excellence with Bleach. The Bleach manga is probably some of the best drawn illustration of anything I've ever seen, especially like the facial expressions and the detail and the dramatic use of black. And it sounds stupid to say dramatic use of black because most manga are black and white, but Bleach just does something exceptional with it. Solo Leveling does the exact same thing, but with color, obviously. In fact, it's the best use of color I've seen any manhwa or webtoon use. And if you think about it, you could randomly choose any chapter in Solo Leveling and bam, you have a wallpaper. Just pick a chapter, close your eyes, scroll through, bam. And the way it depicts action scenes, like, it's almost as if you're watching an anime. Just a really poor frame rate anime, you know, like 5 frames per second. And character design is unique. The races are unique. The attacks are unique. There's even weapon design. Like, come on now. When's the last time you've seen a unique weapon design? And especially in season 2, if you read the light novel, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, nothing I would change about it at all. Even Jin being a pretty boy works. Like, when would I ever think I'll be saying I enjoyed watching a pretty boy anime or manga or manhwa or webtoon?
Perfect.
So artwork can only do so much for a series, right? So let's talk about action scenes. Epic! Dramatic explosions, we got those. One-on-one fights, we got those. Massive army fights, we got those. Season 2, don't ask questions. Last minute saves, we got those. Last man standing, we got those. Unbeatable odds, we got those. Like, chase scenes on dragons, come on, son. Like, just chase scenes on dragons, come on, sons. Like, international scenes, season 2, you know what's going on.
Perfect.
The name is trash. We could just skip it. Solo Leveling just feels lazy. In the light novel, they mention solo play, and I think they'll probably come in season 2 as a kind of an explanation, but the name's trash. Okay, the story seems straightforward, and season 2 will have some twists, right? We have a protagonist, Jin. He's set in a fantasy world. He starts out as the lowest of the weakest hunters, being a rank E. Basically, he's the weakest of the weak hunters. It's important to know that the strongest hunters are actually called S-rankers, right? So, due to an unfortunate dungeon experience, he gets rewarded with some abilities and he starts to progress to being one of the strongest hunters in the series, right? Or the strongest being in general in the series. In fact, the more he fights, the stronger he becomes until he becomes OP. And when a story introduces an OP character, it's interesting to see how they would deal with it, because OP characters have the problem where they could flatline, right? They can kill everything, so why am I going to continue reading it? We already know what's going to happen. He's going to win the fight. A series that does an OP character well or interesting would be One Punch Man. Saitama is clearly OP, but they use this for the humor. Solo Leveling takes the exact opposite approach. Jin being OP is taken very seriously by the story, but what stops it from flatlining is that we become interested in, Jin's progress. What's he gonna do next? What new skills is he gonna learn? What other countries will he interact with? How will they treat him, right? And it's a common, technique used by shonens. But here lies my main criticism of the story and what stops it being perfect. And what is that? Is that we forget where Jin is coming from. Yeah? He regresses to the point that we no longer need to see anyone weak anymore. All his E rank friends, D rank friends, I don't even think they mention these letters anymore. Everything is just S rank. If you get where I'm coming from, we only see S rank hunters. We start to only talk about S rank issues. The story tries to stay grounded. We have the deputy guild manager. We have Jin's mother. We have Jin's sister. And they're supposed to represent the average person or at least weak people. But we never get any meaningful stories from them or from their perspective of how Jin's, running in the world, destroying everything. The world just focuses on Jin from Jin's point of view. And I think that needs improvement. Jin is the most badass main character ever. Full stop. Top 5 at least. Season 2 will be one badass feat after the other. And you know what? I love his motivation that is just to get stronger. He's not motivated by money, fame. He's not trying to save some woman who he met 2 minutes ago. It's just to get stronger. And sure, he starts off, wanting to save his mother. And yeah, it's admirable, But now, after doing that, he's just badass. There's no sad monologues. There's no second guessing himself. Well, not really anyway. He just wrecks things. He gets a new power. Let's test it. What else do you need for epic story, right? He makes some mistakes along the way. Understandable. He learns from it. We move on. He's respectful, but he's top of the food chain and he acts like it. Perfect. The guy is half assassin and half necromancer. Like what the hell, man? Perfect. I have real mixed feelings when it comes to the cast. And this mainly has to do with the humans. So we have reoccurring characters, which I don't see the point. Why are you in the story? Somebody tell me what is the point of some of these reoccurring human characters. They're just there. Yeah, they're there to make Jin look better, right? Oh, Jin did this. The humans were shocked. Okay, what did you actually bring? What's your thoughts? What you're shocked? Okay, every time you see it, you're shocked. Shocked seems to be like the thing that every human sees, and I get it. It's to make Jin look OP and really powerful and cool and whatever, but as a supporting character, you were, or not even a supporting character, as just a random person in the cast. But where the story shines is the summons. I love me some Biru or Beru, dope. I love me some Fang. We need more Fang in the story. Where's Fang? What? In season 2, we need more Fang, right? If I was to go back and rewrite the light novel, there'd just be nothing but Fang. Anyway, each of the summons have their own personalities, and by reading it, you will get your favorites. And even in the character design, right? In the Webtoon, when they've drawn the summons and you have their little whimsical faces at the bottom of the screen sometimes. Love it. Absolutely love it. The light novel ends on chapter 270 and season 1 finishes around chapters 134. So that means season 2 will likely be the last of the Webtoon, which is, yeah, very sad. And what I'll do, I'll put a link in the description if you want to buy the light novel and read it. And I literally read this thing non-stop for a week. My recommendation is you read first to around chapters 10 or chapters 20 of the webtoon, and it's almost perfect. As always, if you like this video, subscribe and click that thumbs up button.